You know, my
He's so real
favorite
for
thing about
everything.
Sai is one time I was tuning in. Oh my god, this was recent. I don't know if you were there, chat, but Sai and Kura had a collab, and I was just watching their collab, and they started talking about anime plots, right? And I was telling them that nowadays anime plot is so ass. Because there was like an anime, I forgot what they're talking about, but the plot is like they like a guy and a girl is like flirting, but they're biological siblings. And I was like, bro, at this, I'm gonna be real. Most hentais have better plots than animes nowadays. Like, I'm gonna be dead ass. It has more like plot. And they're like, yeah, what hentai is that, huh? And then they started bringing up like, I will say though, the fucked up hentais usually do have a somewhat of a better plot compared to like some animes nowadays. That's just, I watch hentai for the plot sometimes. Okay, sometimes. That's me being honest. Yeah, and then they brought up Euphoria. Now listen, man, okay? People shit on that because it's a very weird, it's a very fucked up hentai. We're not gonna talk about the intricacy of how fucked up that fucking hentai is. However, chat, I told them that I'm like, no, because Euphoria actually does have a very insane plot. Because I told them, I was like, they do have a crazy fucking plot. That aside from the fucked upness, like if you just completely remove the sex aspect, the plot itself is actually insane. And they're like, what do you mean by that? And then they dragged me into a call just for me to explain to them. Because chat, I'll just TLDR this, right? Do you guys know that Euphoria was actually a game? Like, it became a anime, like an animated hentai thing. But Euphoria was a game. It started as like a VN. So during the game, there's like different endings, different outcomes, and in order to get these outcomes, you have to pick hyper specific choices. Some choices are easy, where it's like, oh, you have to just pick one like straight line and one straight choice to unlock that ending. Some other endings, to get like the full story, you have to like pick different routes, different like in a specific category, and then that's where you get the plot. The plot is actually nuts. It is actually nuts. And I talked about it because they dragged me and I was like, are you sure you want me to talk about it? And they're like, yeah, talk about it. And I was like, all right. The craziest thing about Euphoria, chat, this is actually canon part of the plot. Did you know that one of the girls is the main male character's biological daughter, even though they're the same age? They somehow wrote that. They wrote, the writer sat there and was like writing and wrote that down.
Michi, you sometimes a piece of media can remain lost. It's okay. I was like, I don't know what any of this means. I don't know. I was like, I don't know what she's talking about, so I'm gonna go look this up. And I saw I saw a review on Reddit when the only sentence I saw was, unfortunately or fortunately for some, it received an H adaptation and became popularized as one of the worst visual novels in existence.
It was really fucking bad. I will say it is really fucked up. It's kind of nasty. That's what I'm saying. It's like Euphoria, if you remove the fucked up sex part, they actually do have a plot. It kind of makes me sit down. It's like, why the fuck would you make this plot? And just went, fucked up sex? Hot potato leaves the room. It's like, is it so bad it's good though? No. Like, it's one of those things that are just unnecessarily gruesome for no reason. Like, it's just unnecessarily gross. So, I wouldn't recommend it. Honestly, it's not even like, oh, I'm curious. Like, it's really not worth it. Animation-wise, the animation was not very nice. Plot of the animation, it doesn't even talk about the plot of the game. They just kind of went with the one route plot, which then you don't even understand what the fuck it's about. So, However, I will say the plot does go kind of crazy. The whole idea, right? Do you want to know the plot, actually, or do you not want to know the plot? I will exclude all the sex part. Just, it's literally like crazy plot, lore, sex. But there is plot. Do you want to know, Mano? Aga Ogo?
I've currently opened a internet archive page where somebody has made an abridged series about Euphoria,
wasn't my favorite.
and I'm skimming it.
Oh, has an amazing OP, but story-wise wasn't. I heard a mixed review. I'll be honest, I don't hear the best reviews of Domestic Girlfriend. I'm gonna be real. Why not? I mean, the plot isn't fucked up in brackets bad. It's like they had a concept, you know, like so the writers actually built a world. Well, and then they just kind of hot potato leave the room did. I don't know why, which is kind of crazy. It is, the plot itself isn't as fucked. Well, it's it's not the same level of
going crazy.
TLDR, right? TLDR of the plot, excluding the fucked up parts. But the idea is basically a group of scientists wanted to make a virtual world. That's how it started, you know? So it really wasn't about like the sex part. The plot of the game was a bunch of scientists wanted to make like a virtual world where people can experience eternal euphoria forever. Thus the name. And the idea is everyone is like hooked up into like they're always dreaming. So in order for people to live like their happy, peak, ideal dream VR life, someone has to kind of be a host of the server, and the person hosting has to be in a very specific mental state. So the mental state that they want is someone who doesn't want to live anymore, but doesn't want to die. It's a very hyper-specific point. And then once they're there, they hook it up to a VR machine. And one of the saddest plot of Euphoria that I will say, so one of the, like, they basically kind of raise people to become the host of this virtual world. One of the girls of this story, they were struggling on like bringing her into like a horribly depressed mental state because she was so resistant. Because when she was young, she met the main character, like the male character. She met him as kids, and then the male character was like talking to her, and he was like, yeah, the world is fucked up, but you know what? We keep trying, and that's the beauty of life. Like, he was basically saying that, like, yeah, the world is bad, but you do what you can, you know, and that's the joy of life. And because of what he said, it stuck to her. So then she became like a fighter and a trooper. And then growing up, like, they eventually meet again, and they were like each other's first love or whatever. They're like the childhood best friend type trope. And then eventually the guy tried to save her from being killed, but then he got stabbed right through the body. And now he's like dying, and like he's like dying / dead. And the main character, like the girl, was like, I will do anything you ask me to do. Please just like make sure this guy stays alive. Like, I don't kill him. I will do whatever you want. And they made a deal. So the best friend, like the female best friend, and the person that killed this guy was like, I'll make a deal with you. I will put him into this VR world with you. And if he chooses to kill you, then we will set him free. That's like one of the only like ways that they will never set the girl free, but they were like, listen, we will heal him, but we will also put him into this VR world. The only way for him to be free is if he chooses to kill you in his VR world. And the girl's like, okay, of course. So when they put him into this VR world, the female best friend kept acting over and over again like a bitch. Like, she kept like being annoying, trying to like piss him off, in hopes that he will kill her so he can be set free. But every time when you play the game, you will see this over and over again. Every time you like unlock that, unless you unlocked a specific route, you cannot choose to kill her. Like, he will never have the heart to kill his childhood best friend because he cares about her so much. So he can never do it. And then every time he's about to die, the girl turns around and she goes, why can't you just kill me? Like, she's about to cry, and she's like, why can't you just kill me? And he gets more and more confused. Eventually, when you unlock a certain point, the main male character got so mind broken that he just kills her. And when he kills her, she finally smiles, thanks you, and then he wakes up, and then he got all his memory back. So then a couple of years later, he broke in and saved her. But that was the plot. The plot was literally like, this guy, like, that's why the childhood best friend was so fucking irritating, because she just really wanted him to kill her so then he can survive, but he never had the heart to. And then every time she just keeps getting like sadder and sadder. It's like, what the fuck are we supposed to do? Because they care about each other. And then I'm like, that is actually the plot of that's actually one of the biggest like plot of Euphoria. Ain't that fucking nuts? And then they just hot potato you.
I was watching an abridged video, and I was like, I wonder what this is about Euphoria. And then about like 5 minutes into episode 4 abridged, it just started cutting in clips from Rush Hour. And it was just it was set to like, it was like an AMV was playing, and it was just a bunch of intercut of Jackie Chan movies and him fighting. It was just a big montage, and then it cut back to Euphoria the anime, and I went, oh, I'm sure I got everything I need from that.
Yeah.
So basically, what you're telling me is Jackie Chan shows up.
That is true. That is the lore. Yeah, like if you take away, this is the only time I'll say, like, yes, Euphoria is fucked up and really weird and really nasty, but if you just take away the random like hot potato sex scenes, the writers actually wrote a story. Like, it is a genuine, solid, sad as fuck story that if you seen like the actual plot of it, it is weirdly depressing. It's actually quite well written compared to anime
I'm trying
nowadays.
to convince my friend to watch School Days.
Nah, bro. I will never, like, that's why I'm telling you the plot, so you don't have to fucking watch it. Because again, chat, with the fucking anime remake, they didn't even write that plot. They didn't write the plot. So that's why I'm like, dude, the anime is quite ass. Because they didn't even include the story. They just highlighted the hot potato leave the room part, but they didn't even highlight the main story, which made me a little like, okay, bro, okay.
Well, of course that's what they were gonna do.
Whatever.
School Days is so whack.
They reduced so much in the fucking anime. There was even one scene in the game plot of Euphoria. Basically, the concept is like they're doing things because they're controlled, right? Like the little thing on their neck is like controlling them and like making them do bad shit. In the game, there's a scene where the guy doesn't realize what he's doing, and then once he realizes it, he just starts mentally breaking down. And you can actually see like the main best friend, like the female character, was just kind of like she breaks character for a moment because she was so worried. That was actually a part of it. And then there was another one where, and another part was like that whole crazy plot twist of like, they do include cult shit, which is in my opinion, is a side thing, right? I mean, it's a pretty big factor, but still a side thing. The main plot is the best friend like saving each other. It's nuts because when you boot up the game, the main best friend's like the childhood friend character was already by default annoying, so you grow to hate her until the end when you realize what she was doing, and then you're like, oh. It's like me hating on Basil when I was playing Omori. When I first played Omori, I hated Basil, bro. I was like, man, Basil sucks. I fucking hate him.
Basil?
No, when I first played Omori, Basil was just so fucking annoying, so I was like, fuck you, Basil. Why you gotta shit on my party, man? And then I finished Omori, and then I sat there and I was like, I can't believe I said all that about Basil, bro.
You said all that about Basil and you didn't even know. That's fucked up of you.
Oh my god, Chad, did you know? One of the plot is she did all that, right? Knowing damn well that there's a chance when the main guy wakes up, he will never regain his memory. So the last thing and the only thing he will remember that his childhood best friend for is the fact that she was a bitch. Like, she was a crazy, insane bitch. And that was the last thing he would ever remember. And she still did that. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm telling you, the plot was crazy. And then they stripped all of that for what? Bro. Hot potato leaves the room. That's why the only time I'm like, chat, I'm gonna be real with you. Sometimes when people joke about like I watch hentai for the plot, some of them actually have a crazy plot point. One of my favorite stories is there is one like a hentai manga. The writer wrote it because he just wanted to be like, I ain't lying, he was just horny. So he wrote like this hentai manga thing with some plot because he thinks hentai with plot is a little bit more interesting. And then it became quite popular, so he made a second second season, right? And after the second season, he made a third one, and he kept going. But after one point, he never thought about the plot. He just wanted to write this for the sex because he was just down battery. But he just added, like, the plot was supposed to be a side dish, but people genuinely loved the plot so much that the writer got a burnout because he never thought about it. Like, he genuinely never thought about the plot. So after the third season, the plot started falling off, and then people started getting more and more upset because they're like, bro, I'm not here for the sex or boobs. I'm here for the plot. And he's like, I never thought about it. This one, I can't tell you the name because it's equally as fucked up. If anything, I will say it is more fucked up than Euphoria. I've seen a fair share I will say the most fucked up hentais usually have the craziest plot. I don't know why. It just so happens to be, bro. I am a consumer of all media. I like... Are you? Yeah, most of the time. I have like this... Like, sometimes you would just scroll through and then you get recommended people. Because I genuinely do not read hentai or watch hentai for the sex. Most of the time I watch it for the animation, because they're done by a hyper-specific studio, and I think there's a studio that does it quite well. There are other studios that don't do it as well. But I do like the animation. I also quite like the plot. So if I see a recommendation of like, oh, this actually has crazy plot, I will just read it. I don't really feel the need to beat Schmeat. So sometimes I'm just reading it for the sake of reading it. I know people say sure, but I'm so deadass, chat. Most of the time, the shit I read is so depressing that like, yes, there is sex, but you are too sad to get a boner. That has happened.
The thing is, I do believe this about Michi. However, she says all of this and then doesn't play Resident Evil 7. It's a fucked up world.
I don't like horror.
She says I consume all types of meat. She hit that the same with people like, oh, I listen to all types of music.
Hell no. It be tough out here, man. It be tough. As Mel says, difficult fab. Chat, I don't even. At one point, you know what? I will admit, when I first started like reading stuff like this, yes, it got me feeling a certain way. But after one point, I realized how fucking depressing everything was, and you just get too sad. Like, have you ever been too sad that you can't even have a boner, man? It's like you're blue balling yourself because you're so blue. That's me. And once you read into the plot, you're just sad. You don't even want to beat your Schmeat. There was one point I just started skipping all the sex scenes because I literally did not care for it. I just can't. I just want to know the plot, and I don't need this filler sex scene episode. So I just started skipping it.
You're so right, Michi. I should grow up.
It's too depressed. What the fuck? What do you mean?
I gotta play puzzle games.
Puzzle games. I kind of get you, Michi. Major character death ruined more than one piece of writing from... Oh my god. You know something that I cannot handle that is worse than major character death? When a character gets like reasonably like traumatized and they change. Like they 180. Like major character change. That would ruin like that ruins it for me because I know you're alive, you're just not the same person anymore, and it bothers me. I was like, oh no.
She actually was just spitting there, chat. She actually said the realest bar, bro. That was crazy. That was crazy what I just heard.
I can't.
That was the most real bar I've ever heard.
Oh man, there's another one where it's like, if an animal dies too. Did you know, by the way, chat, this can actually come in quite useful. Did you guys know that there is a website called Did the Dog Die? So if you type that in, no matter what, like there will be slight spoilers, obviously, but for those of you that do have things like categories or plot points or stuff of like, if let's say you want to watch a movie or you want to read a book or whatever, right? Or play a game even. And you kind of want to know if something in that media might trigger you or not. There is a website called Does the Dog Die? And when you go there, you can type in what you want to see, like a movie or a game or a story, and they will give you everything. Like they will tell you like all the like content warnings of that media without like with minimum spoilers. Obviously, any content warning will have like, it will have some spoilers, but you know what? A little bit of spoilers and avoiding getting majorly upset or triggered is probably better. But it's not like spoiler to the main plot. It just kind of tells you. And it's kind of like community run. So how that website started was because someone got so sad that when they were like watching a movie, the movies they watch, the dogs always die. And that was like a big trigger for them. So they started making a blog of like writing all the movies where a dog dies. And people were like, this is so useful. So people just kept adding on to it over and over. And they were like, oh, let me just add this. By the way, not a dog dying, but a cat dying. And it's like, oh, not a cat, but a person. Oh, not this, but this. So people started adding different factors. It's actually quite wholesome. They basically kind of made a community. Yeah, it's not like a blacklist. It's just to warn people. You know, it's like to warn people that some content have certain medias and some things can trigger people as like more heavy than others. Yeah. So, genuinely, if you ever want to do something and you don't know if it's safe,
I remember seeing Johnny Bosch at a meet and greet. The fangirls kept asking him if he's seen Bible Black. Spoilers, it isn't a Christian anime.
Ah, that's...
I think my, I watched videos of just highlights of the dub of Bible Black a lot. And it's always really funny because there's so many good lines. There's that one. How do I describe this? I don't know how to describe this, but
Yeah.
The voice actors in a lot of material like that sound like they're 30 years older than the characters they're portraying. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but there's this one lady in the Bible Black dub who says the word suicide, but the way she says it is like ingrained in my brain. She goes, "Someone fell up. There's been a suicide." Sweet. It's just.
I don't even want. You're a dub watcher. I don't even know what you point to get this.
Bro, I just saw it was on YouTube. What was the video called? The video was called say like the best hentai dub ever.
Oh, just send me the link, man. Did it?
Hold on. Well, you're gonna have to wait. The greatest. Okay, I can't. It's not that one. Definitely can't be that one because I remember exactly what gets said in that video.
The mods suffer it. My bad, mods. My bad. Be when I bring up a crazy topic and now the mods are stressed. But Deadash, honestly, anime is great and all. Only some anime though.
I'm trying to find the video I've seen.
I'm just gonna listen to the audio.
Inase, are you going out with Maddie?
She's just a childhood friend.
But she cried and left your house after she saw us fucking.
Shiraki, haven't you ever realized that? All of your feelings are but a lie, they're all fake?
Am I a fake?
Be serious, you dumb girl! Do you really think you like me?
My darling, I don't understand why you ask me such a thing.
Come on, it's time you wake up!
The truth is that you actually love Maddie.
No, Shiraki, that's not true. You have to realize that I made you feel like...
You're so mean. My feelings are not a fake.
Old.
Shiraki!
What the fuck?
Old.
Oh my god! What happened?
There's been a suicide. Somebody jumped from the building.
You know what? Sometimes you sound like that.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. Okay, you know, I wasn't gonna show it, but I'm just gonna show you this part. See, this is what it looked like.
Fuck.
Shinaki! Oh my god! What happened?
There's been a suicide. Somebody jumped from the building.
Why does that kind of sound? I'm saying, bro. The person that's like, "There's been a suicide. Somebody jumped from the building." Why does that kind of sound like Tonki?
You cannot be saying these things.
Why does that kind of remind me of Tonki's voice, bro? The fucking, there's been a suicide. Somebody jumped from the building.
I'm sure that there's the video that I watched like many like over 10 years ago.
Virginia.
No, Dumb Virginia. I'm sure that the video that I watched has gone off YouTube and has been for a long time now.
Oh, which one is that?
I can't find it. I've been trying to find the Bible Black video.
You dumb girl.
You dumb girl. Don't you realize your feelings for me are fake? My darling, I do not understand what you were saying.
Somebody jumped from the building.
I can't.
Tonki early hidden VA clip.
There's been a suicide.
I'm gonna send this to Tonki. I'm gonna send this to Tonki. Wait a minute.
That's fucked up.
Watch the end part.